It's like a Holy Spirit that comes into you from somewhere and it just hits you out
Mm,
of nowhere. It's like, why am I fat?
mm,
I don't want to be fat. This
mm.
is not me. Like my personality is different than this.
All right, my dude Mangu, bro. It's been a few years since we met in the gym at the YMCA. It's probably been about 3 years, I think, man, 3 or 4 years.
I want to say
And
somewhere around there, yes.
yeah, and at the
And
time,
and that was, let me tell you, that was one of the greatest experiences in my life when I actually got to talk to you. I had the courage to come up and say hi because I had seen your videos and I'd seen you a couple of times, and I was like, man, it looks like him. Is it him? Yeah, I'm gonna go up there. And I went up there, and you were so humble, man. That really surprised me. I came home and I told my wife, I was like, man, I met him, and he's so cool,
yeah,
like in
no doubt.
person. So
I was honored, bro. I'm always honored when that happens. But let's jump into your story really quick, man. So, what was your heaviest weight?
I want to say, if I had to guess, probably around the 300, like close to the
Mhm.
300.
What's the lowest weight that you achieved?
The 285. I mean 185. I was down to 185. Yes,
So
that was my
safe to say
lowest.
you've lost over 100 pounds. Since then, you probably have gone up a little bit, down a little bit,
Up
but
and down,
altogether,
up and down.
you've lost over 100 pounds, right?
Yeah,
So how did you find yourself at almost 300 pounds? Tell me a little bit about that.
I have no idea, man. You just start. I can't lie, man. Just eating a lot and not exercising at all. Just watching TV. I gotta admit, man, it's so much easier to be heavy. I gotta admit, it's so much easier to just sit there and watch Netflix all day, or and not do anything physically, and just order a pizza and some
Mm,
extra cheese and the cheesy bread and garlic dipping sauce. That is so much easier than actually getting up and cooking an actual meal, like putting
mhm.
some chicken to grill. And it tastes so much better too. Sometimes that pizza is so much better to taste. That's exactly how it was. It was easy. It was
You were
easy to
just
get there.
you were being lazy and you just was eating
Yes,
whatever you wanted. So did you grow up eating unhealthy? Were you active as a child? Tell me a little bit about your childhood.
100%. You know, my parents are Hispanic, and in that time, Hispanics have always had to believe that, the chubbier the kid, the healthier they are. And it was
Mm,
like, that's a healthy kid, man. Look at him. He's like 50 pounds, 3 months old. You're doing awesome.
mm,
And my mom grew up with that, and it was funny to them for me to go in the kitchen and make me 6 sandwiches. I mean, who eats 6 sandwiches? Man, I would make myself 6 sandwiches and eat them. It was like, oh my God, he ate 6 sandwiches. That is amazing.
Like
Like
it
it
was a
was,
party trick. Like it
it
was a
was,
party
oh
trick.
my God. He just ate 6 sandwiches with eggs inside. That is incredible.
So how long did you struggle with your weight? Because I know a lot of the times, you know, for people who finally get it, there's years of failure, right? So talk to me about the journey leading up to the moment where you finally got it.
I would go to the gym, do my workouts. There was something off in me that I wouldn't even lose a pound or two. And that's frustrating because, as you know, the one thing that keeps you going is results. If you're not seeing any results, you're going to give up. And I gave up. I finally gave up. And that's right before I hit the 300. I decided, I want to say I decided that I wanted to get out the military, but honestly, it didn't matter if I decided or not because I was going to get kicked out. It was, you can't be overweight in the military. And that was really
So
hard for me.
so let's talk a little bit about that, right? You say, because we spoke about this yesterday. Um, there's very strict guidelines for body fat percentage and physical
Yes.
ability in the military, and in so many words, they told you if you didn't lose weight, they were going to kick you out, right? So talk to me a little bit about that experience.
This is it. Either you lose the weight or you're out. So my contract was up. Here was time for me to either stay or leave. I said to myself, I want to get out, knowing that even if I said to myself, no, I want to keep going, they would have said no. And they told me that. When I went up to, it's like, what do you want to do? They said, well, they didn't even give me a choice. I said, well,
Mm,
I don't know what your plan is, but you know, I'm not sure if you can sign up again. We got to check your body weight, see if you made any improvements. And I didn't make any improvements. I was worse. So, uh,
So essentially, you got kicked out of the military because of your weight, essentially. So talk to me about the moment when you decided that enough is enough. I'm tired of being fat. I'm going to get this weight off of me.
honestly, it took about 10 years after that. Up and down, up and down, up and down. This is '06, 2016. I was still up and down. It's like a Holy Spirit that comes into you from somewhere and it just hits you out of nowhere. It's like, why am I fat? I don't want to be fat. This is not me. Like, my personality is different than this. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't have personality when you're being big, but I didn't feel right. I did not feel right. You can't tell people, yeah, I'm big, I'm happy, you know, I'm cool. That doesn't bother me. But you can't tell that to yourself.
So you can lie to everyone else, but you can't.
No, you can lie to the whole world. Hashtag fat and happy all day if you want to. And people are going to see that's like me. See, that's the kind of person I want to be. You know, she's chubby. He's chubby. He's fat. And I can say the word fat because I was there. So I can't say it anytime I want to. I owned it. And you can say I was fat. I'm fat and happy. You know, it's all good. But no, you got to know. You have to know that that's not what you wanted. So if you're telling me that if you were given the choice to either be or either be, you would take no. Don't lie to me. No. There's no way.
And there's a lot of movements out here, bro, that kind of embraces being fat. And now, don't get me wrong, bro, I'm not into fat shaming or anything like that, right? But like you said, for someone to say that they're happy and they wouldn't change it if they could, that's a complete lie. It is a complete
There's no way. There's no way.
And it's just it's unhealthy to carry so much body fat. It's not so much about the image, right? It's just it's a strain on your heart. It's a strain on your heart. So talk to me a little bit about what your son said to you.
Oh man, that was crazy because every time he would come up to me, because my son is a joker, he's just like me. He would like every time I gained some weight, he would come up to me and say, "Man, Dad, remember that time you got slim and you were like working out and stuff?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, man." Like I would think about those times, like, "Yeah, man." And then he's like, "What if you would have kept going?"
So he asked you this. So he asked you this because he would see you go hard in the gym and then fall off, right? You would lose some weight and then you would fall off.
And then
right?
gone. Yeah. I would lose 20 pounds and then go back to being fat again. And then he would come up to me and he would say that he's a joker. And that really made me think, what if?
What if
because
you never
I did
quit?
it for I did it for whatever length the insanity was. It was like, I'm plugging insanity a whole bunch, but it's like I did it for whatever length that program was. I would do it. You come into a program, it's 12 weeks. You do it for 12 weeks and then that's it. You're done. I did it. I lost 20 pounds. I'm awesome. Then you go right back and you gain 30 now, you know? So I never actually did it long enough to find out. Same weekend, that Holy Spirit came, man, and it hit me. And I told my wife, you know, we were at a friend's house having a few drinks. I said, man, we got to go early because tomorrow I'm starting. I'm starting tomorrow. I'm not stopping. And
okay,
that's
what
why.
was different this time? Hold on, Mangu. What was different this time? Because you struggled for 10 years, bro. You were jumping on the weight loss bandwagon and you would jump off, right? And I remember you telling me it was February 1st, right? And it happened.
It was that day, and we were just talking about this. I think it was yesterday. It was January 31st. That day, that was a Sunday, and February 1st was the next day, which was a Monday. And I was like, man, isn't that curious? It's February 1st, and it's a Monday. That magic Monday. You know what I mean? You start losing weight, next Monday. I got it Monday, and you go for like a year of Mondays, and you never start. You know what I mean? And then that day, I was like, I feel it. I think I'm gonna start tomorrow. But this time, I'm going to make it different. And I remember my son's words or his suggestion, what if? You know what I mean?
What if you didn't quit?
What if?
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah.
And that's when I started designing a plan. I actually didn't know how to start, but I knew one thing, that I was going to do it consistently for at least 5 to 6 days a week. And I was only going to have one cheat meal a week. Okay. And this is a cool process because my goal was to do 40 weeks of this whole thing. 40 weeks. Because how many months is 40 weeks? That's a whole bunch.
10 months. I think it's 10 months.
Okay. If you can stick to something for 10 months in your life, whether it is brushing your teeth at night, if you have to set an alarm, whether it is, drinking only one coffee a day, if you can stick to anything for 10 months, you're going to do it for the rest of your life. It's going to become a lifestyle. Okay. So, but think again, 10 months sounds like a lot compared with 40 weeks. Now I'm minimizing that. I'm taking it down to 40 weeks. You know what I mean? Because 10 months just sounds like a long ass time.
Yeah, sounds
yeah. So 40 weeks to me sounded like something I could do, And I wrote down these 40 weeks in a piece of paper, and I said, okay, by week so-and-so, I should be this way. By week so-and-so, I should be this way. And I wish I can find that paper because it means a lot to me. Because every time I stopped weighing myself like every week, but I would do it like on my mark, weigh myself and write it down. And I would write down like I'm still here. You know what I mean? Like on week 15, I'm still here.
Hold on. Two things I want to say.
So much.
Hold on, bro. Two things I want to comment on, bro. For one, you went into this journey differently, right? You had very clear intentions. You set very strict or very clear goals. You said, listen, I'm gonna do this for 40 weeks. You gave yourself a long period of time, right? And you also had a system where you were monitoring, right? And you were holding yourself accountable, right? You would write little things to yourself. I'm still here. I think people listening to this right now don't really understand the power of that, bro. There's so much power behind the intention and actually writing things down, bro. So I'm glad you brought that up because that's a powerful.
And it was in my refrigerator door. Everybody in the house would see that. It was in my refrigerator door. Everybody in the house will come by and see that, and they'll see what I waited last time. You know what I mean? And I would take pictures of the process. I lost some of those pictures, but it was such a cool experience. And I didn't post anything on social media, I think, till like week 10, because I wanted to make sure that I was going to stick to it. I didn't want people to be joking. It's like, oh man, what happened with your hashtag 40 weeks, man? Kind of fall off, huh? No, I did not. I didn't create the hashtag 40 weeks until like I was on week 10, and I knew that I was focused and determined.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I think social media can be a source of accountability for a lot of people because a lot of people, they need that. They need the accountability. They need something outside of them to keep them, focused, right? And a lot of the times, man, we don't have the support systems at home, right? Especially for Black and Latinos, bro. We, when we start trying to lose weight or we're trying to change the way we eat, a lot of the times we got people in our family who are talking shit. They're trying to sabotage us, right? So I think it's really important for one to have some sort of accountability, but also to have some sort of support system, bro. To have some sort of support system, whether that's hanging out with different type of friends, right? You may need to stop hanging out with your friends who don't live a healthy lifestyle and start hanging out with people who are more active, who are more conscious of the food that they eat. But I created a group, right? It's called the Brix Fitness Insiders. And I pretty much provide a family of support for people who are trying to lose weight. It's so important to be around like-minded people, right? It's so important to have people to share your victories with, to have people to share your failures with, because it makes you not feel alone, bro. So for the people who are listening to this right now and you need a community of people to support you, I want you to click the link in the description, go to brixfitnessinsiders.com and sign up, become a part of the family. It's truly a family, bro. I interact with the people in the group, but most importantly, the people in the group, they all support each other, bro. They share resources, they share tips. People need that, bro. People need that. So guys, the link is in the description. Join the Brix Fitness Insiders family. Food routine. What was your nutrition like? What did you eat?
Well, I started being all over the place. I knew one thing. When I started this whole program, I knew only one thing, that I was going to do it for 40 weeks. I didn't really have an idea of how to eat. I started eating some grass, what I would call grass. I started finding some grass or salad and putting some chicken in there. I knew I needed protein and low carbs, right? I didn't have no clue what diet was. Everything I started learning afterwards. I did started being more concerned about, like macros and how much protein I was eating in a day, counting exactly how many calories I was eating. But to be honest, I stuck to the basic, which was, a good percentage of protein, a decent amount of carbs, healthy carbs, and some fats. And I just stick to that, and the progress was coming in. Now, the one thing that really changed my whole transformation was when I met weightlifting.
But once you met the amazing force of weightlifting, talk to me a little bit about how that changed the game for you.
Bro, that is amazing. I would not go weightlifting at the beginning. I started my program simple. I mean, my whole life, I always thought, if you run, you're going to be in shape. Just run. Do like 30 minutes of running, bust a little sweat, and you're good to go. And eat some salad and some chicken. You're good. Yeah. Sometimes it's not that simple. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not that simple. I am in. I'm enjoying this weightlifting. I'm talking to people about it. People are hitting you up. It's like, man, you're losing weight. It's like, yeah, you should do this. You should do that. So now I'm like full on watching videos. Every time you put out something, boom, there I was. I was the first one watching these videos. And then I kept doing research because it was just exciting. I was loving it now.
Yeah. So two things, bro. The research part. And I tell the people this all the time. If you want to transform your body, you almost have to have the intention of becoming an expert of some sort of nutrition, an expert at exercise, bro. And it takes investing time into researching and to practicing. You have to make that a priority, right? But and another thing, talk to me about the confidence that you started to gain as you started to lift weights, bro. Tell me about that magic, bro.
I'm telling you, it just changed my life. By week 15, 16, I finished my program at home. Now I felt like I could walk in the gym and pick up some weights and do my thing and not be like, oh, is this guy looking at me? Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing this? What's going on? I felt so much confidence. It's ridiculous. I started buying skinny jeans. I mean, I was going full blown, man. It was like, I'm out there, ripped shirts and everything. I'm out there pumping. Say, I'm working chest, doing my thing. Now I'm going to switch it up and do some triceps, And I started having like actual days. Like today is shoulders and chest. I'm going to combine these two muscle groups, or I'm going to switch it up. And I felt like I knew I felt like an expert. Actually, I had people come in the gym and ask me, like, "Hey, am I doing this right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, yeah." Well, you want to keep your back straight, just pull your arms, use your shoulders. You want to use your shoulders. And I'm giving guidance and stuff, and this all happened because of weightlifting. It's just when you include weightlifting into your program, I honestly think your whole life changes, and when the way you see working out becomes more enjoyable. Now I went to sleep at night excited because I wanted to get up in the morning and see if I was going to be able to go up 5 or 10 pounds on my chest. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this, because obviously the goal is to set a goal to do it forever, right? So do you think it's better to start off by saying, okay, I'm just going to do it for 20 weeks or 40 weeks instead of saying I'm going to do it forever? Do you think that's more achievable?
When you say the word forever, Brix, it scares us.
Yeah.
When I'm a fat boy and you tell me, hey, you got to change your lifestyle, man. So you're thinking like, man, you tell me I'm going to eat grass and chicken for the rest of my life, man? No. So it's scary sometimes, but I guarantee that if you set yourself a goal of a long period of time and you stick to it and you enjoy the results, you enjoy the lifestyle, because then you start appreciating feeling good. You start appreciating feeling that energy that you get after you come out that workout, man. I've been out for a minute, and when I came out of the gym the other day, I was like, why the hell was I not here forever? I missed it for a while because, with this whole COVID thing, I was in and out. But there is a feeling that it's hard to explain until you actually do it. That shortness of breath when you're jumping up and down, when you're doing all these jumping, and you get tired. When you start loving that, enjoying it, I guarantee it will become a lifestyle. Like when I look at those pictures when I was at my heaviest point, and I look at him, and it's like, okay, damn. The first thing that comes out of my mouth is like, man, I never want to be there again, because at some point I left from there, and I'm a whole different person. I never want to be that person again.
This was a great conversation, man. There's a lot of jewels in here for people who are ready to receive them, because that's another thing, bro. You were ready. You had enough experiences that brought you to that breaking point. You had enough stabs in the heart where you were like, yo, I don't want to feel this way again, right? I want to.
Exactly.
You didn't feel like yourself in that body, and you did something about it. So I want to salute you on that, bro. And to anybody watching this right now, it is possible. He's an example. I'm an example. It's not just a handful of people who are doing this full body transformation thing now, bro. It's becoming way more common than it used to be. It's something that's super achievable.
And that's good. And that's very good.
Absolutely. And a part of my mission is to normalize this. I want this to be a thing that everyone sees can be done, and more people are actually doing, right? So I'm glad to speak to people like you and for you to share your story with my audience.